Everything's fine. Everything is fine. Lazy dog content. Okay. Hello, my name is Christy and I'm a witch. Today we're going to talk about fire scrying, specifically with candles and either black mirrors or scrying mirrors. In my solitary Samhain video, I talk about using a candle with a dark surface of water to fire scry with the candle. So today we're just going to get into that a little bit more, and we're going to make our own black mirror for the same purpose. Okay, yes, it's a craft video. On the internet there are some absolutely beautiful scrying surfaces that are made with like super reflective obsidian or other dark crystals or stones like that, and they're beautiful, but they can get very pricey. So today we're going to make a kind of cheaper scrying mirror with things that I got from the craft supply store. I got all of my items for under $10. If you're a crafty person like I am, you might be able to just pull together with things that you have on hand already. Now, originally I wanted to thrift a frame. I went to 4 different thrift stores in 2 days and I did not find what I was looking for. And then I went to Michael's Crafts and I found this tiny little frame, which will do for my purposes. So you can choose whatever style you want. I decided to go with this one with these fancy edges. You can use whatever aesthetic you want, and if you want to thrift it, that is totally okay. Whether or not you thrift it or buy it from the store, the first thing that I recommend doing is cleaning it, both physically and metaphysically. So you want to wipe down all of the surfaces. I like to use a little bit of moon water if I have it on hand, and you can also clean it with Windex or whatever. If it's silver, if you got it from like a store, you might want to get like silver cleaning materials. I know that there are special ones for silvers for like polishing things, so clean it up real good. If you want to do a smoke cleansing, you can do that. Because of my asthma, I talk about it a lot. I like to do sound cleansing. I like to use bells, ringing it over each corner, over the center, maybe in like the shape of a pentacle. You can do this with smoke, you can do it with visualization, whatever method fits you the most. After I got my frame all cleansed, only on the back side of the glass, which was going to be up against inside of the picture frame, I started layering on cheap black craft paint. Because I went with the cheap stuff, I had to do many coats of this. You might be able to do this with spray paint, or if you have access to that blackest black paint, it might not take you as many coats, but for me it took several coats to get it fully coated. I put several coats on it, and then I tried my best to fully wait for it to dry before I added the next coat so I wouldn't pull any of the old paint off. And then when I got to a darkness of being coated that I was happy with, I did a final coat with a little bit of moon water, and then I dipped it in a little bit of black salt or witch's salt, which I have my personal recipe and blend of. For this purpose, you want it to be as fine as possible. You also want to make sure that you have a really solid amount of paint on it, because for some reason my paint started reacting kind of weird with the salt in it, so it got a little bubbly, but it was only on the back side. It didn't show through the front, so make sure you have a really good coat of paint if you're going to do this, and that you only use the finest part of your witch's salt if you're going to do this method. I just wanted to make sure it had a nice little like barrier of protective surface, since I'm not using a protective stone like obsidian. I wanted to build protection in. You can also do this by painting runes or sigils or pentacles on the back side of it, as long as it doesn't show through to the front. After it was totally dry, I blotted some of the excess salt away so that it would fit snugly in my frame, and then I put it in my little picture frame, and here it is. It is a reflective black surface. You don't want to get any paint on the front side of it because you want to leave that glossy so that it is your reflective surface. But if you do, like I did, I got some paint stuck around the edges of it. I was actually able to wipe it off with some water pretty easily because it's glass, so it wiped off pretty nice. For some bonus content for this video, when I was at Michael's, these frames were on sale, so they were like 2 for $6 or something like that, or $3.99 each. So of course I bought 2 of them, and instead of making 2 scrying mirrors, I decided to decorate the other one for my altar. I have a lot of Greek goddess statues, and I have been wanting to get one for Persephone, and I have not had the funds for it. So for $3, and with some things that I already had on hand, because again I am a crafty person, I made this little Persephone inspired frame, little artwork. I just took a picture of a pomegranate, I put it in Photoshop and put I think one of the like pastels filters on it so it looks like a painting. It was just a photograph, you can do whatever you want. And then I glued some moss, some fake crystals, some real citrine, and some evil eye beads onto it, just so that I have something as kind of a placeholder until I can afford a statue. You could also do this for ancestor offerings. You could do this for any type of deity. You could also just do this for art to decorate your altar with. This is just to give you some ideas of how you can cheaply decorate your altar space if you don't have the money to get elaborate sculptures or art or whatever. You can make stuff to either be devotional or just art to create space. I was feeling crafty. To get to the actual scrying with your scrying mirror, you can also again use a reflective surface, whether it's a bowl or a dish or something. You want it to be dark in color so that when you put liquid in it, it is reflective on top. To fire scry with one of these surfaces, you will take your dark surface and you will light a candle so that you can see the candle's reflection in the dark surface. Now, one of the, I think, common misconceptions is that you will always see messages appear, images appear in the surface, and for some people they might, but for every method of divination, actually it is a way for you to focus your attention on something so that you can kind of reach a meditative state, to focus on that so that any of your other senses are open to receiving messages. So it might be something that you hear, it might be something that you feel, it might be something you suddenly taste or smell. When you are doing any form of divination, make sure that you are open to any other possible messages or methods of receiving things. Most people will frequently get thoughts. I think that the important thing is to be able to learn how to differentiate between your own thoughts and something that you might be receiving. For me, if I am like asking a question, I might instinctively think, what if it's the worst outcome? And that does not necessarily mean that that is the message I am receiving. It just means that that is my own conscious and subconscious thoughts thinking, oh no, what if it's the worst? What if it's the worst thing? But it's important to be able to differentiate between thoughts you are receiving because you are in this meditative state and you're receiving it through your divination, and your own self-doubts. So to fire scry, you will gaze into the fire in the reflective surface. There are methods of fire scrying where you just look directly at the candle. Some people say that by looking through a reflective surface, you are receiving kind of an otherworldly essence of this candle instead of directly the candle. It just depends on your personal preference. I just think it's kind of a cool tool to have on hand. It's such a unique, different way to practice divination, and it's also a really nice altar piece. Both of these turned out to be really nice altar pieces. I'm really happy with them. So that's pretty much it. I just wanted to share my quick little witch crafts with you. If you make some scrying mirrors, if you decide to make either a scrying mirror or an altar art piece and you feel comfortable sharing it, I would love to see them. So feel free to tag me in Instagram posts so that I can see. Here's my tag. Tag me in your posts. I would love to see them. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed our little crafting video, and I will see you in the next one. I know, videos are stressful. Okay, I think we got it.